Hi, welcome to another video. So, I came across a new model recently, and I found it quite interesting, especially if you're into front-end development or UI prototyping. This one is called UIGEN-T2-7B. It's a 7 billion parameter model, and what's cool is that it's specifically fine-tuned from the Qwen 2.5 coder base, which is already a pretty capable code model. But UIGEN-T2 takes it a step further. It's designed from the ground up to generate HTML and Tailwind CSS for web interfaces. Now, what really sets UIGEN-T2 apart is how it's trained. The previous versions were trained on just 400 samples, but this one? It's trained on a massive dataset of 50,000 diverse UI examples. That's a huge leap, and it means the model has seen a much broader range of components, layouts, and design styles. This should help it generalize better and produce more robust, creative outputs. They're calling this the next evolution in their UI generation series, and I can see why. The model isn't just spitting out code, it's actually incorporating what they call UI-based reasoning. That means, when it generates code, it's not just about getting the syntax right. It's also considering things like usability, layout, and aesthetics, thanks to detailed reasoning traces that are generated by a specialized teacher model. For example, when designing something like a stopwatch UI, the model internally reasons about where to place elements for maximum usability, how to use visual effects like glass morphism for separation, and even which fonts to pick for readability. It's kind of like having a mini design expert built into the code generator. They haven't disclosed exactly which model they used as the teacher for this reasoning, but my guess is it's something like Sonnet or a similar advanced model. Either way, the result is that UIGEN-T2 can generate code that's not just functional, but also thoughtfully designed. Now, before proceeding, let me tell you about today's sponsor, Ninja Tools. Ninja Tools is a crazy AI platform where you pay once and access all AI models and agents at one place. It combines all the best AI models and experiences. It allows you to save over $600 per year compared to having separate subscriptions. You get access to Claude, 3.7 Sonnet, GPT-4o, Gemini, and a ton of other models in one subscription. You even get some more cool options like AI video generation, image generation, music generation, and document chats. You can also use their playground to compare multiple AI responses at once. The best part is that it just starts from $11 per month. That gives you more than 1,000 chat messages, 30 AI image generation, and 5 music generation, while there is also some even more advanced plans if you need them. Make sure to check Ninja Tools out and save some money on your subscription while you're at it. Now back to the video. On the technical side, they've fine-tuned it using PIFT and LoRa, with a LoRa adapter rank of 128. If you're into model training, you'll appreciate that they've published LoRa checkpoints at every training step. That's great for transparency and for the community. If you want to experiment or build on top of their work, you can. In terms of what it can do, the outputs are pretty impressive for a 7B model. They've shared examples like a landing page design, a mail client UI, and even a notes app, all generated with semantic HTML and utility-first Tailwind CSS. There's even an Airbnb-style design, which is pretty wild for a model you can run locally. One thing to note, right now, it's focused on HTML and Tailwind CSS. There's no React or Vue support yet, and it doesn't generate complex JavaScript interactivity. So, if you need dynamic behavior or state management, you'll have to add that manually. But for rapid prototyping, component generation, or just getting a solid starting point for your front end, it's really handy. And since it uses Tailwind, you can still take those components and drop them into a Next.js project or something similar. They've also improved the chat interaction flow. Previously, you had to use a kind of awkward double think prompt, but now it's much more streamlined and natural. You just describe what you want, and the model gives you both its reasoning and the code. As for limitations, like I said, it's currently limited to HTML and Tailwind CSS, though they do plan to add Bootstrap support in the future. It doesn't handle highly specific or complex design systems out of the box, so you might need to fine-tune it further for strict corporate branding. And again, complex JavaScript logic is outside its current scope. Looking ahead, they're planning to use reinforcement learning for future refinements, which should help the model adhere even more closely to design principles and user feedback. If you want to try it out, you'll need a GPU with at least 16 gigs of VRAM for efficient inference. It is available on Hugging Face, but not yet available on Ollama or similar platforms. So, to use it locally, you can use VLLM, or even Ollama with the Hugging Face URL should work. But there's also this hosted demo where you can go and use it to generate some UIs and preview them as well, kind of like the artifacts feature. So, you can just enter your prompt here, and it goes ahead and makes a pretty good looking UI for you, which is awesome considering that this is just a 7B model. It's really impressive to see. There's also the demo UI for it, which you can host locally. This one looks better than the Hugging Face version, and you can just clone it locally, install the dependencies, and then set up the backend along with the model API. If you're using it via Ollama or VLLM, then it will be localhost and the port, or if you're using something like Colab or GLHF, then it will be set to that. Once done, just run both the backend and the front end, and that should allow you to use it accordingly. This is what it looks like. It's a good interface that you can use, and it supports all the models that the endpoint supports, not just the UIGEN models. So, this is good. You can use this model locally and get some good results with it. I hope that we get a new version of it trained on the Qwen models and with React support, because that would be super cool. I have tested it, and it is great at UIs compared to the fair share of 7B models that I have seen. So, this is definitely worth a try if you use AI to make some simple components or pages, as it will allow you to have a local alternative that you can use when you don't have internet, like on a flight or something like that. So, this holds some great potential, and I'd be glad to see some new versions of this model as well. You can find it on GitHub, Hugging Face, and use it locally from there. I would have liked to see it support React, as that would just make it awesome, but it currently doesn't have that. However, it still holds supremely great potential for the general UI components, because you can easily port them to whatever you want, and it should work fine that way. I really like to see such laser-focused models for specific things, and this is surely one of them, and I really like it. Let me know what you think about this model in the comments, because I really like it as it's open weights and everything. Please subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts as well. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.